Selenium class 27 Introduction to TestNG Testing Framework. Introduction to TestNG. Say, in this chapter, this is first part, TestNG part 1. In this part 1, I am going to explain overview of TestNG. Next, install TestNG and write first TestNG test case. Next, create multiple test cases and execute. Say, overview. Next, install TestNG. Install TestNG and write first test case and write first TestNG test case. TestNG test case. WebDriver test case. IDE, Selenium IDE test case. See here in this TestNG test case, we will use Selenium WebDriver concepts, Java programming features, and TestNG annotations, and some TestNG built-in classes also. Next, create multiple test cases and run. Next, one more also. Execute multiple programs or classes, Java classes using XML. Okay, first topic, overview. TestNG. Say, in Selenium using Java, there are two testing frameworks available. One is JUnit, another is TestNG. TestNG is advanced framework. You can use any one, either JUnit or TestNG. Both are not required, either JUnit or TestNG. See, in our training program, we will discuss TestNG. TestNG inspired by JUnit, but more advanced. See, in Selenium, using Java, suppose if we use another programming language, that is different. That I will explain. In Selenium using Java, there are two frameworks. There are two testing frameworks. There are two testing frameworks available. One is JUnit. Next, TestNG. Here NG stands for next generation. Next, TestNG framework. TestNG framework. TestNG testing framework. TestNG testing framework. Say, TestNG is a testing framework designed to simplify a broad range of testing needs from unit testing to system testing. Unit testing to system testing. TestNG not only for system testing, also used for unit testing and integration testing. Initially designed for unit testing only, either JUnit or TestNG initially designed for unit testing only. Now used for all kinds of testing. Our requirement is TestNG for system testing on integrated system, not unit testing, not integration testing. See, TestNG is an open source testing framework where NG stands for next generation. Next, TestNG inspired from JUnit Java platform and NUnit .NET platform. Suppose if you want to use Selenium with .NET, then we have to use NUnit framework. NUnit supports .NET platform. JUnit and TestNG support Java platform. See, TestNG inspired from JUnit and NUnit, but introducing some new functionalities that make it more powerful and easier to use. TestNG is more powerful than JUnit framework. See, observe the points. See, TestNG. TestNG is a testing framework. Testing framework designed to simplify a broad range of testing needs. A broad range of testing needs. Range of testing needs from unit testing to system testing. From unit testing to system testing. Are you following, Preeti?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See. Next, TestNG initially developed for unit testing. See, initially developed for unit testing. Developed for unit testing. Now used for all kinds of testing. Used for all kinds of testing. Unit testing, integration testing, and system testing. Next, TestNG is an open source testing framework. See, in our Selenium, we use all open source software. Java is open source, Selenium WebDriver is open source, not only WebDriver, all Selenium tools, Selenium IDE, RC, etc. Selenium WebDriver open source, Java open source, Eclipse IDE open source, TestNG also open source. See, TestNG is an open source framework where NG stands for next generation, where NG stands for next generation. Okay. Next, TestNG inspired from JUnit. See, TestNG inspired from JUnit Java platform. And NUnit for .NET for platform .NET. But introducing some new functionalities. New functionalities that make it more powerful, and easier to use. Okay, Srivalli? TestNG framework. Srivalli not responding. Tushar?
Yes, sir, I got it.
Okay. See next. Advantage of TestNG. Tell me, Madhavi, advantage of TestNG?
Grouping test cases.
Grouping test cases.
And HTML test reports.
Generating test reports.
And parallel testing.
Parallel test execution. Okay. Krishna Chaitanya, tell me TestNG advantages.
And one more, data-driven testing is possible.
Yes, data-driven testing. Okay. See, TestNG annotations are easy to create test cases. Next, test cases can be grouped and prioritized. You can give priority. Which one is first, which one is next, like. Test cases can be grouped and prioritized more easily. Next, supports parameterization. Supports for data-driven testing using data providers. Next, generates HTML test reports. Next, parallel testing is possible. Next, readily supports integration with various tools and plugins like Eclipse IDE. Next, build tools like Ant, Maven, etc. See, in simple words, using TestNG, we can create test cases, grouping test cases, prioritizing test cases, executing test cases, and generate detailed test reports See, using TestNG, we can create test cases, group test cases, prioritize test cases, execute test cases, and generate test reports. See, first one, TestNG annotations. TestNG annotations are easy to create test cases. Next, Test cases can be grouped and prioritized more easily. Test cases can be grouped and prioritized grouped and prioritized more easily. Next, supports parameterization. Supports parameterization. Next, supports data-driven testing. Supports data-driven testing using data providers. Data providers. Next, generates HTML reports. Generates HTML reports. Next, parallel test execution is possible. Parallel test execution is possible. Next, readily supports integration with other tools. Readily supports integration with other tools and plugins like Eclipse IDE. Next, build tools, ANT, Maven, etc. Next, in simple words, just a minute. Using TestNG, we can create test cases. Next, group test cases. Next, prioritize test cases. Next, execute and generate test reports. Okay, na Rahman? Tell me in simple words, what is the purpose of TestNG in our Selenium test automation? Rahman.
Speaking. Hi.
Ah.
Using TestNG framework, we can easily create test cases, group test cases, we can prioritize test cases, execute test cases, and generate test reports.
Good. Srivalli, are you following? Srivalli not responding. Srivalli. What is the problem, Srivalli? Can you hear me? Okay, Srivalli. Okay, okay. See, second topic in this chapter. First, we completed that overview. Next, install TestNG. Install TestNG.
Just now you mentioned the Eclipse. It is the last point, the seventh one. Readily supports integration with other tools and plugins.
Say Eclipse IDE. You can install in Eclipse IDE. See, TestNG, Eclipse, and Java work together.
And what about the Ant and Maven?
Those are build automation tools. Build automation tools means for maintaining configuration, common configuration, we use those tools.
So are we gonna to use those tools?
No, we are not covering. It's simple tools, just configuration management purpose for providing common configuration for all team members.
Okay.
See, Eclipse IDE. See, working. See, we install TestNG in Eclipse IDE, na? It has to integrate with Eclipse, na?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, install TestNG and write first test case. Write first test case. See. See, first I will provide navigation, then I will show how to install. Concentrate, Krishna Chaitanya. In Eclipse, go to help menu, next install new software, next click add, next enter name as TestNG, just a minute. Next, enter URL as see http://bust.com/eclipse. Next, select TestNG. Next, accept the agreement, license agreement. Accept the agreement. Finish. Guide me, Preeti. First launch Eclipse IDE. Guide me.
In Eclipse, we have to go to the help menu. Install new software.
Click add. Type name as
TestNG.
TestNG. Next URL.
Yeah, HTTP.
B.
Then
UST. You have to remember this one. .com/Eclipse. Okay. Now TestNG populated na.
Yeah, we have to select that.
Select TestNG. Click next. After installation, it will show restart. See, you will need to restart Eclipse for the changes. Click S. See, Eclipse IDE restarting. Just a minute. See, now check the installation. Just go to help menu, installation details. Observe Preeti, here it is showing TestNG na.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Java also, Java we installed earlier. See, close. See, here you can uninstall. Suppose if you want to uninstall TestNG, select TestNG. Next, here bottom uninstall option is there. You can uninstall. Okay. Next, write first test case. First test case. Just a minute. First manual test case. Write TestNG test case. See, first manual test case. Manual test case. Simple test case. Suppose launch Gmail homepage. Launch Gmail homepage and verify the title. Simple test case. Suppose test case name. Verify title of the page. Verify title of the page. Test steps. Say first step, launch browser. Next, navigate to gmail.com. Navigate to gmail.com. Next, these two only general steps. Next, verification. Verification point. Capture the page title and compare with expected. See, expected equal to Gmail. actual after execution. Next, status, result. Okay, after execution only. Suppose this is one simple manual test case. Verify title of the page. First, launch the browser, navigate to navigate to gmail.com. Next, capture the page title and compare with expected. Next, write Selenium WebDriver test case, TestNG test case. First, create a class, Java class. Suppose class name sample. Okay. Now guide me, Tushar. Tushar, I mean, you know the steps, right? Selenium test case.
Yes, sir. WebDriver.
WebDriver.
Driver name.
Driver name. Driver equal
to new.
New.
Firefox driver.
Firefox driver.
Open bracket, close bracket.
Okay.
Colon.
Next, import. Import WebDriver. Import Firefox driver. Next, launch navigate to gmail.com. See driver dot
get.
It is not showing context help. We are
Main
not
method,
using
sir.
main method now. That's the problem, Madhavi?
Main method, sir.
Okay. After that, we will remove main method. Just first I am using main method, public static void main. Args. See driver dot get. First navigate. Enter Gmail URL. Just a minute. Okay. Next, capture the title.
You have to create a string variable.
Suppose string page title. Any meaningful name you can use. Page title equal to driver dot get get a title. Next, compare. First write Selenium WebDriver test case, then we will modify to TestNG test case.
Okay. If page title.
If page title
equals to.
This is an object na dot equals. Suppose Gmail, then you can write any meaningful message. Suppose test passed, else test failed. Test failed. Run the test case. Okay, we didn't use close method. Okay. See, test passed. Okay. Now make it as TestNG test case. Here we have to use TestNG asset command, asset methods. See, asset dot asset equals page title comma Gmail. First one expected, second one actual. Next, asset equals. Okay. Next, remove main method. No main method in TestNG programs. No main method. Alright, test annotation @test. Import, see, import TestNG dot annotations. What is the problem still? One extra. Still, observe Madhvi. Test. Here everything is method. Everything is method in TestNG cases. Public void, for example, verify title. Verify title. I will explain. Now observe. This is TestNG test case. Here we used Java programming features. Suppose the string page title. This is Java programming feature. Next, WebDriver. This is get. This get is WebDriver method or command. Say in this program we are using Selenium WebDriver concepts, Java programming features, and TestNG annotations. This @test belongs to TestNG. Next, this asset dot asset equals. This command belongs to TestNG. Just run the program. See TestNG running. Observe Preeti. What is the test result?
It is passed.
Passed. See, we are viewing the result in console only. Next, HTML report. Observe here, select the project and refresh. Observe Preeti. Here test output folder populated na.
Yes, sir.
Open this one. Here, index HTML. HTML result, HTML report. Next, emailable report also there. See, open with. This is emailable report. See, you just copy this one. You can attach this report to your email. Observe this test case. Just a minute. This is TestNG test case. TestNG test case. Here note. First one, observe Krishna Chaitanya. Main method is not used for TestNG programs. Main method only for executing Java programs. If you want to execute Selenium WebDriver test cases, then main method is mandatory. But for TestNG programs, no main method. See, main method is not used for TestNG programs. Next, TestNG programs contain only methods. Here everything is method that contain @test annotations. See, if you want to write test case, you write method. See, TestNG programs contains only methods. Only methods that contain @test annotations. Next, if we don't write @test annotation, then the methods are not going to be executed. See, if we don't write @test annotations, then the methods are not going to be executed. Not going to be executed. Okay, now Tushar, these 3 points. Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Tell.
We don't need the main method.
Main method is not used. Next.
Yeah, and we need to write the test annotation.
@test annotation.
And we have to write everything like a program.
See, observe. See once again. Don't confuse. Main method is not required for TestNG programs. Next, TestNG programs contain only methods that contain @test annotations. Next, If we don't write @test annotations, then the methods are not going to be executed. Okay na, Preeti? These three points.
Yes, sir.
Just a minute. I will take same test case again, but in the second example, I'm going to use some dummy test cases. Observe. That concept is create multiple test cases and run. Create multiple test cases. First, I will use some dummy test cases in order to understand the concept. Observe. Create multiple test cases. You need to write multiple methods. For example, @test public void, suppose test A, open curly braces. For example, asset dot asset equals asset dot asset equals just a dummy cases. Next, test B. Suppose Yahoo. Next, test C. Gmail, Google. Observe, Preeti, how many test cases are there in this program?
3.
3 test cases. Just a minute. For example, test A, test C, test A, test C, next test B. Suppose this is the sequence in our program. Say, TestNG test cases can be executed in alphabetical order. But you can change the execution sequence. Just run the program. What is the execution flow, Madhavi? Here first test A, test C, test B. What is the test execution flow? Alphabetical. First A, next B, next C. Okay. Run the program. Observe. Total test runs 3, failures 1. Observe, Preeti. Test A, test B, test C. This is the execution flow. Forget about passed or failed. Execution flow. Test A, test B, test C. Okay na?
Yes. Yes.
But what is the test cases sequence in our program?
It is test A, test C, and test B.
Test B. Say this TestNG test cases executed in alphabetical order. If you want to control the test execution process, use priority attribute. See, just a minute. See, TestNG test cases are executed in alphabetical order.
So alphabetically, it means the method name, right?
Method name, yes, method name.
Okay.
Alphabetical order. Method name. Next, you can override. If you want to control the test execution process, then use priority attribute. This is attribute. Priority attribute. Say, if you want to control the test execution process, then use priority attribute. Just a minute. Alphabetical order. Method names, Preeti. Observe, Preeti. Suppose A, B, C, D. Next, X, Y, Z. Next, P, Q, R. This is the sequence. First test A, B, C, D. Second test X, Y, Z. Third test P, Q, R. What is the execution? We are not providing any priorities. What is the general rule? Execution sequence?
It will execute alphabetical.
Alphabetical. First A, B, C, D na. Next.
Yes. Then Q, R.
Next.
X, Y, Z.
X, Y, Z last. Run the program. Test runs only one. Only PQR. What is the problem? Just a minute. A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z, PQR. Okay. 3. See, A, B, C, D, PQR, X, Y, Z. Next, but I want to execute A, B, C, D first. Next, X, Y, Z second only. Last PQR. Otherwise, first PQR, next X, Y, Z, last A, B, C, D. Then provide priorities. Priority number. See, within this test open parenthesis, after this test annotation open parenthesis, priority equal to 1. You can use any number, suppose 20, 20, any sequence, suppose 20, 21, 22. 20 first, 21 second, 22 last. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Give proper sequence. Priority 1. I want to execute PQR first, next, XYZ, next, last one, ABCD. Last one, ABCD. Just a minute. See, test execution flow. General, without priorities. What is the normal execution flow? Tell me, Preeti, first ABCD na?
Yes, first ABCD.
First ABCD, next PQR,
then PQR, then XYZ.
Then XYZ. Suppose we provided priorities. As per priorities, what is the execution flow?
PQR.
First PQR, next
then
XYZ, last one ABCD.
ABCD.
See, we can prioritize.
Sir, I have a question. Sir, if just priority 1 we gave it, and the second and third priority we didn't mention over there, so how it will execute?
Priority 1.
Just we gave priority 1, and second and third we didn't mention over there, so how it will run?
General rule, alphabetical only.
So first it will run
first ABC. Suppose I will show that one. I will show. Okay. First concentrate this one. See, 3. Observe. PQR ABCD XYZ failed law. Okay, just a minute. Just a minute. Run the program. Observe, Preeti. First PQR, next XYZ, last one ABCD. Okay, na?
Yes, sir.
This flow. Now your requirement is give priority to only one method. Which one?
The PQR one.
PQR only. Next remaining no. Okay. Then what is the execution flow? First PQR, next
ABCD.
ABCD, last XYZ. General rule na?
Yes, sir.
PQR ABCD XYZ. Run the program. It is showing only one. Just a minute. 3. Passed ABCD XYZ PQR. Priority 1. Run it once again. ABCD XYZ PQR. It's not the correct way. Alphabetical ABCD okay. Then XYZ okay. But it's not considering this priority. Just a minute. For example, XYZ. We have to give priorities for all methods, Preeti.
Okay, sir.
All methods. Just a minute. Here, priority. Okay. Suppose XYZ priority 1. Next, PQR priority 2. Next, priority 3. Observe, Tushar, what is the execution flow?
It will run the XYZ,
XYZ,
and then the
PQR, last one ABCD.
ABCD.
Run the program. 3. See, XYZ, PQR, ABCD. Just a minute. Where is PQR? This one. Run. See. XYZ, ABCD, failed one last. It is showing at the end. See, instead of, and one more thing, just a minute. You can skip test cases. Suppose, observe Preeti, I want to execute PQR and XYZ only. Here you can skip test cases, comma, I'm using enabled attribute, enabled equal to false. Run the program. How many cases executed?
2.
No skips. PQR, ABCD. See, to restrict the execution, you can use enabled status. Now, in this test case, in this program, we have 3 cases. I want to execute only. Skip is different case that I will explain. Here we have to execute only 2 cases. Only 2 cases. For that you write enabled attribute. Enabled false means don't execute. Enabled true, that is default. See, test run 2, PQR, ABCD. Okay, now Madhavi, this enabled attribute.
Yes, sir.
See, instead of this one, priority, you can use another attribute, depends on methods. Depends on methods. Instead of priority attribute, we can use depends on methods. Both are same, and small difference is there. Then you can finalize when to use this one. Enabled, when to use depends on method. Based on your requirement, you can choose them. Instead of priority attribute, you can use depends on methods. Just a minute. Depends on methods. Suppose first I want to execute PQR. First PQR. Leave it. Next I want to execute. Otherwise I will change the test cases. Then you can get more clarity. Suppose test public void login. Next, search. Next, advanced search. Just a minute. Suppose login successful. Next, search successful. Just assume. Next, advanced search successful. Next, one more method, logout. Suppose logout successful. Now observe Rahman. What is the execution sequence as per alphabetical order general rule?
Should be advanced search first.
Advanced search first.
Then login. Log out. Search.
Just a minute. Advanced search, login, logout, search. Now I want Preeti. First login, next advanced, next search, then advanced search, last one logout. First login. Use priorities. Priority 1. See. Priority equal to 1. Next, I want search. Priority
equals to
2. Next, advanced search. Priority 3. Next, a logout. Last one logout. Priority 4. Then execution flow is login, search, advanced search, logout. Observe. Login, search, advanced search, logout. Okay, next I want to execute only login, search, logout. I don't want to execute advanced search in this iteration. Krishna Chaitanya, I don't want to execute advanced search in this iteration.
We need to write enable equal to false.
Enabled. Suppose advanced search, comma, enabled equal to false. Then 3 cases will be executed. Run 3. See, login, search, logout. Next, instead of priority, you can use depends on methods. Observe Observe Tushar, instead of priority attribute, I am going to use depends on method. Suppose I want first login, next search depends on, see, depends O capital, M capital, depends on methods equal to curly braces login. What is the meaning? Tushar, what is the meaning?
First you have to log into the application, then only
Before
you can...
search method, first login. Okay na? Next,
Yes,
for advanced search, depends on methods search. Next, log out.
One method?
Just a minute. Tell me, somebody trying to ask.
Can we specify more than one method?
More than?
Curly braces? One method, like I need to execute login and search method first and then log out.
And then log out. For that, you disable this test, this one, advanced search. To disable the advanced search, you want, say here, one by one depending process is there na, then you no need to write two or more depending methods. Now observe Krishna Chaitanya. What is the sequence, execution sequence? First login.
Yes, sir. And then search.
Search.
Advanced search and log out.
Log out. Run the program. What is the problem? Exception. Depends on methods. First login. Next, depends on methods equal to login. Okay. Next, depends on methods equal to search. Okay. Then why it is showing?
Login inside the depends on method. Login should be L should be small letter.
This one, just a minute. Login, search, advanced search. Run the program. Okay, yes, sensitive. Total 4. Say login, search, advanced search, log out. Just a minute. See, in this scenario, all 4 cases passed. For example, this one, search or advanced search. Failed scenario. Assert equals. Suppose A, B, C, D. XYZ. Run the program. See total run 4, failures 1, skips 1. Total 3 executed. Observe Madhavi. How many cases executed?
3, sir.
3 cases. Why logout not executed? Advanced search. Third test case failed na. That's why next test case not executing. Just a minute. For example, this one okay. A, B, C, D. Suppose search. How many cases will be executed? The search will fail, then run the program.
Only 1.
No, 2. 2 skips. 2 skips. Say, first login successful, next search failed, then it skipped remaining 2 cases. What you understood as per this execution status, Madhavi, Krishna Chaitanya?
If any test case fails,
If
the
any test
execution
case fails, then remaining cases won't be executed now.
Yes, sir.
If it is priority, all cases will be executed. If it is depends on method, if any test case fails, remaining cases won't be executed. Suppose I want to execute, say I want to execute this advanced search anyway. For that use always run attribute. Always run equal to true. Observe Krishna Chaitanya, at this time how many cases will be executed?
3.
3. See, only one skips 1. See, login logout search. Yes. Search executed or logout will be executed. Only advanced search failed. Only advanced search skip. Advanced search skip. Just a minute. I will provide one note. Here, hard dependency. Hard dependency. @test of depends on methods equal to method name. Method name. This is hard dependency. Why, Rahman? Why it is hard dependency?
Because after fail, it will not execute remaining test cases.
Yes. Next, soft dependency. Soft dependency. See. Method name, comma, always run equal to true. Even though dependent method fail, we execute this method. But if any dependency is there in between test cases, that time problem. Suppose independent test cases, then you can execute. You can use soft dependency. Hard dependency, soft dependency. Just a minute. Same. Here we use dummy cases. Madhavi, use WebDriver cases. Suppose first create test case for launch browser, create test case for close browser. Next, this one, navigate to Gmail and check the page title. That is one test case. Verify page title. Next, navigate to Yahoo and verify the page title. See, login, launch browser, close browser, verify Gmail page, Gmail home page title, Yahoo home page title. I want 4 tests. Guide me. WebDriver tests. TestNG test cases.
WebDriver tests, sir.
Earlier we used dummy test cases. Now use WebDriver. See, in the previous example, no WebDriver, na?
Yes.
Just dummy cases. In order to explain that priority and depends on methods attributes, I use dummy cases. Use WebDriver test cases.
At test.
At test. Observe my requirement. Launch browser one test, close browser, next verify Gmail page title, next navigate to Yahoo and verify the page title.
Public.
@ test one statement. Import that one. It is not okay. Public
void launch browser.
Launch browser. Open curly brace.
WebDriver.
WebDriver.
Driver object.
Driver.
Equal to new Firefox driver.
New Firefox driver. New Firefox driver. Just a minute. F small letter. Okay. Next, just try to run this one. Here no main method. We use test annotation. TestNG test case. Run. Running TestNG is launching the browser. Browser launching now.
Yes, sir.
See, it is showing fast, means no interruption. Browser launching successful, no interruption. Next.
At test.
At test.
Public void.
See, public void, suppose verify page title. Verify page title. Suppose title 1 Google, Gmail, next Yahoo. We need to navigate to that Gmail home na, then capture.
Yeah, driver.get.
Driver.get. Observe, we created driver in first method. That is not global driver. So here no context help. Here driver can't be used. Make it as global. Already we discussed that concept in writing Selenium WebDriver test cases chapters. Public.
Static.
Static not required. Okay. Public static.
WebDriver. Driver.
WebDriver. Driver. Semicolon. Next here just use driver. Next driver dot.
If it is not static, we can't use it in every method, right, sir?
Just a minute. We'll try static. Static, I think static class level na. See, it is accessing. Just a minute. Driver dot get. You take that URL. Just a minute. gmail.com. Next, just compare.
Asset dot equal.
Asset equals. Asset equal. Just a minute. Asset dot asset equals what is the expected? Gmail. Actual
Gmail.
Actual, we need to capture that one. Here you write driver dot get title. Just run. To run. Observe, to passed na. Static not mandatory. Next, one more case. Navigate to
Yahoo.
See driver dot navigate to where is to Yahoo.
method name we have to change, sir.
Yes, page title 2, no duplicates. Next, last one, close browser. Close browser. Driver dot close. Okay, now.
Yes, sir.
What is the execution sequence?
Login.
First close browser, see.
Login. That's why we have to.
See here, first as per alphabets, first close browser, but we have to execute close browser at the end of the program. Try to run, definitely it will show error. Only one case, one failed. See, first try to execute close browser, browser not available, closed, failed. Here give priorities.
Priority for close browser.
First launch browser 1. Priority equal to 1. Next, I want to check verify title 1, 2, this one, 3, next last one, 4. Run. Closed. Run 4. See launch browser, verify page title 2, close browser. Next, view result. See refresh. You can view result in Eclipse console, otherwise TestNG. Just refresh. Here it will overwrite. See emailable report. Open with browser. See time also. This is index. Okay. See next I will show one more flavor. Just a minute.
In one program, can we use priority and dependency both?
No. Use any one, priority or depends on methods.
Okay.
If I want to execute that close browser method after verify page title 1 and verify page title, how could I write that?
You want to, just a minute, you want to use close browser method after
this both executions, verify page title 1 and 2.
1 and 2. Suppose first time if you close, next launch browser required na. Without yes, browser it will show error na. Yes, you can execute. I am going to explain that concept only, but proper sequence required. You can close browser after every test case, but launching is required for next test case. Just a minute. For example, these are independent cases. Verify title 1, verify title 2. Now no dependency. Okay. Now just run. See, launch browser, close browser. Next, verify page title 1, page title 2. Okay. Next, observe Krishna Chaitanya. First, I will explain this sequence. As per priorities, test execution flow. Test execution flow. First, launch browser. Next, verify. Title 1. Next, just a minute. Verify page title. Verify page title 1. Next, verify page title 2. Next, last one, close browser. Observe Krishna Chaitanya, is it normal flow or as per priorities?
As per priority.
As per priorities. See, test flow. As per priorities. Next, general test flow, normal test flow. Tell me the normal test flow. First one.
Close browser.
Close browser. Next.
Browser. Launch browser.
Launch browser. Next.
Verify page title 1.
1. Verify page title 1. Next, verify page title 2. This is normal flow as per alphabetical order, general rule. But we we can't follow this normal flow now.
Yes, sir.
First, close browser. No, we can't follow this normal flow. That's why we use the priorities. As per priorities, first launch browser, next verify page title 1, verify page title 2, then close browser. Next, our requirement is, you tell me, you told one requirement now. Tell me your requirement is test execution flow.
Launch browser.
Launch browser.
I shouldn't close before both this 2 and 3 has passed.
Okay, launch browser. Okay, next.
That's the same.
Same sequence, na?
Yes.
So, no change. Say, suppose if you want launch browser, verify page title, close browser. If you use close browser, what will happen? Again, we need to launch browser for verify page title 2 na. Dependency is there na between test cases.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I will explain another flow. Observe. Suppose I want to launch and close browser for every test case. Suppose launch is pre-condition. Launch browser is pre-condition. Just a minute. Launch browser is precondition for every test case. It is not main test case. It is precondition for every test case. Next, close browser. Close browser is post condition for every test case. Post condition. Post condition for every test case. Just last 5 minutes. Every test case. Next, I want to test cases. I want to execute these two. Verify 1. Next, verify 2. Did you understand understand the sequence, Preeti?
Yes, sir.
Now tell me the sequence. Launch browser.
First launch.
Just a minute.
That is the precondition.
Precondition for every test case. Here only 2 test cases. Remaining 2 precondition and post condition. Launch browser. Next, verify page title 1. Next, close browser. One test case over. Next,
then launch the browser.
again launch the browser. Verify page title 2. Close browser. Suppose this is my required flow. Okay na, Krishna Chaitanya, did you understand this one?
Yes, sir.
Prerequisite and post-requisite for every test case. Common prerequisite and common precondition and post conditions for all test cases. For that, we have to use before method, after method annotations. Suppose this one. Before method means before every method. Before, this is annotation. Import before method, before every method. Next, this one. After method. After method. After every method. Now, this is the flow. Launch browser, verify page title 1, close browser. Next, launch browser, verify page title 2, close browser. Run the program. Again launching browser. Observe Preeti, how many tests?
2.
2 only. Verify title 1, verify title 2. Next, login, launch browser, close browser, precondition and post condition. See, observe here, only 2. Where is that sequence? Sequence required now. Just a minute. Passed okay. Just a minute. Only two. Only two tests it is showing. Next, before class. Did you observe that execution process, Krishna? First launch it, next verify title one, next close it, next again launch it, na?
Yes, sir.
Next, another annotation, before class, after class. Observe. What is the meaning? Suppose, observe. At the rate test. At the rate before method. Before method. Next, at the rate after method. Next, at the rate before class. At the rate after class. Tell me, Madhavi, what is the functionality of before method? Precondition. Precondition for every test case. Every test case in a class or program. Next,
Post condition.
post condition. Post condition for every test case in a class or program. Next, before class. Precondition for all test cases. Precondition for all test cases. Only once. All test cases in a class or program. Next, post condition for all test cases. Observe, Preeti, did you understand these four annotations? Before method, after method, before class, after class?
Yes, sir.
Observe. Observe. Suppose, now tell me the execution flow. You can remove these priorities, alphabetical order enough. Tell me the execution flow. Before class, launch browser. Next, page title 1, verify page title 1. Next, verify page title 2. Next, close browser. What is the problem? Dependency is there. What is the problem, Madhavi? Here, dependency. Just a minute. Still, two failures. What is the problem, Madhavi? Identify. Leave it, get. What is Srivalli instead of Selenium? Observe Krishna Chaitanya. This is before class, launch browser, okay. Next page title. Next verify page title 2. Next after class. What is the problem?
I think when we import different, we choose different one.
What is the problem? Earlier before method, after method executed. Before method, after method executed. What is the problem? No, that is not the problem. Run it once again. Configuration failures.
Import statements, import.
Failed configuration after class, close browser. Import statement?
Import statement, I think you selected a different one for.
Different one. TestNG only, na? See, after class, just a minute, remove all. JUnit.
JUnit?
Yes. Problem is there. Oh, that is the problem. Before class, carefully import. In JUnit also same annotation is there. Import before class, TestNG annotations. Next, assert. In JUnit also same assert is there. Here import TestNG assert. Next, after class, TestNG annotations. Here you can check TestNG. Next, one more thing. Yes, TestNG 4. Now run the program. Launching browser. First Gmail, next this one. Tests. Observe Madhavi. How many tests?
2, sir.
2. Observe. Verify page title 1. Verify page title 2. Just last 2 minutes. See, after class, before method, after method. Before class, after class. Just a minute. Where is that one? Last. Preeti, tell me what is the difference between these two. Suppose it is showing 2 test cases only for before method, after method, and for before class, after class. But execution flow, you observe now?
Yes, sir.
Observe once again. First launching browser, next get Gmail home, next get Yahoo home, next at the end close browser. Okay. Next, instead of this one, if we use before method, TestNG annotations. Next, after method, TestNG. Then what is the execution flow?
It is launching the browser, then it is verifying the Gmail.
Then closing browser, again launching browser, next verifying Yahoo homepage, then closing the browser. Launching two test cases, launching 2 times, closing 2 times. In previous, before class, after class, only once. Launching one time, executing multiple cases, then closing the browser. Observe.
Yes.
First launching the browser, closed. Launching Yahoo, closed. First launching Gmail, closed. This time launching Yahoo, closed. Closed. See, 2 tests only. Okay, na? Before class, after class, and before method, after method. See, based on your requirement, you can use. Suppose if you want to execute every test case end-to-end scenario, that time use before method and after method. Suppose you want to set precondition and post conditions for multiple cases, use before class, after class. Okay, na? We'll meet tomorrow, same time. Thank you.
One question. The test case which are written under before method and after method, those are not counted in the
Not counted.
result?
Those are pre and post conditions. Those are not regular test cases. Before method means that is pre-condition. After method means post condition. Hello?
Okay, sir.
Okay.